Europe, politically united but with a divided transport system due to the Cold War. Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania isolated from Europe. The goal, to link the Baltic States and Europe in a united high-speed railway network, totaling 700 kilometers through all the Baltic states. After World War I, the Baltics were united with the rest of Europe by European Standard Railway Gauge, where a train called Nord Express made regular travels from the Baltic countries to Berlin, Paris and other European countries.
We used to have from Riga to Berlin 1435 millimeters, so-called European size gauge. These gauges were destroyed after occupation of Soviet Union in Baltic states. That means railways always have a geopolitical meaning as well.
In 2003, I made a trip from Berlin to Tallinn, and it needed 60 hours, and I had to change the train 9 times. Then I looked in the old schedule, and the steam locomotive before the war needed 27 hours. It was 33 hours more in time than today in the 21st century.
Rail Baltic will give the means for an interoperable railway connection to be built all the way from Tallinn to Portugal, with no need to change the gauge.
The Rail Baltica, for me, I'm a German, but I'm looked because the integration of the Baltic states in the European network, that is very important also for geopolitical reasons.
Vision of the European Union of the 21st century in transport terms means really a fast, a high-speed railway connection between all important points of the European Union, so all capitals for sure, including the Baltic ones. And I would even go further. I would say that for me, a part of the vision would be a connection of Tallinn with Helsinki, and therefore the Baltics with the Nordics.
The maximum speed for passenger trains is planned to be 240 kilometers per hour. The passenger train trip between Tallinn and the border of Lithuania, Poland is estimated to be around 4 hours, but for cargo trains 10 hours.
Yra tikrai neeilinės galimybės pasiekti būtent Europą, pradedant Varšuvą, sakykime, Kauną, Rygą, Talliną ir Helsinkį. Tai yra turbūt pats svarbiausias.
For Baltics, it takes us much closer to Europe, because right now we are outskirts of Europe, looking at the connections. We are like an island.
We have been dreaming about this many decades, but nevertheless now is the right time in order to fix this problem, and for the first time in the history we believe that we actually have the means in order to get it done.
Without the European Union support, it will be quite hard to invest to such kind of huge project, which will cost approximately 3.5 up to 4 billion euros.
The support from the European Union is estimated to reach up to 85% of eligible costs.
The value is, after this project is implemented, is coming not to only one recipient, one beneficiary in the member state, but it's a value for all Europe. That's why Rail Baltic is exactly the project of this type, and that's why European Union, using all the legal and political instruments, are using European Union taxpayers' money to finance this project.
Aš galvoju, kad Europos Sąjungoje šis geležinkelių projektas yra vienas iš didžiausių dabartiniam etape.
And Rail Baltic will be the real integrator of Baltic countries in the European Union.
The direct effect of the railway will be, of course, to the regions where the railway will cross the counties and local regions. There will be certainly many investments made across the railway. There will be logistic centers, industrial parks, new processing industry, so there will be jobs There will be increase of population even.
Would even go beyond, irrespective of what the current situation in the relations with Russia is. I think that we need to go beyond with our strategy and communicate with the Russians and to see, what can we do in better connectivity to promote business and develop business. I'm going to Prague today and I'm meeting tomorrow the Chinese ambassador on the Silk route, the Chinese initiative. So if the Chinese are interested, that means that there is a certain potential.
Ports could benefit from logistic opportunities to have that opportunities used in Rail Baltica connections. From that project will benefit each and every citizen of our countries, because also local trains, high-speed local trains can be operated on this route, and it could be very easily accessible, and mobility of people inside the countries will be very much improved.
It's a very environmental project as well, because it's going to be fully electrified. It is going to reduce significantly the CO2 emissions, which is a very good thing to do. It would also enhance the traffic safety, for instance, because it would take a lot of trucks off the highways.
About 20 million tons annually is going by Via Baltica Road connections with the tracks.
This 700 kilometers long Rail Baltica line will be as a unique one infrastructure what we can use commonly, and we can sell and brand it's commonly between and by the Baltic States.
By connecting the region's primary cities and airports, Rail Baltica will create a new standard of passenger mobility within the Baltic States and with the rest of Europe. And on the other hand, by connecting ports and logistics terminals, new intermodal freight solutions will develop, allowing the Baltic States to integrate more effectively in the new supply chains of regional and continental significance, like the North Sea Baltic corridor or even the emerging new Silk Road between Europe and Asia. Rail Baltica will also be friendly to the environment. It will not only encourage a modal shift from road to rail, but also promote cleaner logistics solutions, especially via containerized traffic. And importantly, Rail Baltica will create immense multiplier effects with macro benefits such as the creation of sustainable jobs, fiscal stimulus to the economy, improved terms of trade, technology transfers, tourism development, and many other cross-industrial synergies.
But I think that we all, Latvians, Estonians, Lithuanians, Czechs, we should have an ambition to live in the 21st century. That means we should really create conditions for a period of time, 10, 20, 30 years from now, when we or our kids or our grandkids will be able to live, and that means also to have a style of transportation which would match the one that we know from Western Europe.
To achieve lastly something touchable after the 10 years of the planning already, it's a challenge to us.
2024. Plan to complete the railway in the territory of the Baltic countries. 2025. Plan to launch the connection Tallinn, Riga, Kaunas, and in 2030, the connection with Warsaw. 2030, it is estimated to transport 5 million passengers and 13 million tons of cargo. This is one of the most ambitious and impressive modern-time transport logistic projects in Europe.